Today, we're diving into a really powerful story, a memoir from a Ukrainian immigrant living undocumented right here in London. We're going to focus on this one single moment, a lunch break, where his entire life pivots on 2 phone calls. Let's get right into it.
I'm worried he'll turn me into the police. Just think about that. This one line tells you everything you need to know about the constant fear that hangs over someone who's undocumented. For our narrator, every single phone call, every conversation carries this massive weight of being found out. Trust isn't just something you give away, it's a luxury you just can't afford.
So, picture this. We're in Southall, in West London. The narrator and his friends are on their lunch break from these grueling, under-the-table jobs. Now, this should be a moment to relax, right? But in their world, you're never really off the clock. Any phone call at any moment can literally change everything.
And then the phone rings. It's a guy named Paul, a supervisor from an old job. He's calling from Richmond, one of the wealthiest parts of London. It's a world away from their reality, and any connection to it just feels dangerous.
And what he's talking about is instantly alarming. Paul's going on about making fake driver's licenses, which just screams trouble. Then he straight up tells the narrator to stay clear of Richmond, pretty much saying he's a liability. The message is loud and clear. You are a risk, and you are not safe here.
Just as that paranoia starts to sink in, the phone rings again. This time, it's an old housemate, Losha. And this call, well, it couldn't be more different. The whole atmosphere just shifts from this feeling of imminent danger to one of unbelievable possibility.
And right here, you can see the crossroads he's at. I mean, in the span of just a few minutes, he's presented with 2 totally opposite futures. Paul's call is all about fear, the police, a warning to run and hide. But Lyosha's call? It's about opportunity, a home, stability, safety, all for a ridiculously low price. It's fear versus hope, playing out in real time.
So this is the pivotal moment. What do you do with an offer that sounds completely impossible? When you're living with constant fear and have so little, a stroke of amazing luck can feel less like a gift and more like some kind of trap.
And that is the #1 question on his mind, on his friends' minds. Where's the catch? I mean, being offered a whole house to yourself for just 50 quid a week in London, it's unheard of. It just doesn't make any sense, especially for someone without legal status. There has to be a catch, right?
So, Losha gives an explanation. He says he was given the house, but his new security job is just too far away to commute. He wants to pass this amazing opportunity on to a friend. It sounds plausible, but is it plausible enough to bet your entire future on it? His friends are just stunned. Their reaction says it all. It confirms just how insane this offer is. They're telling him, "You're so lucky, this is almost impossible." Their total shock just mirrors his own disbelief and really drives home what's at stake here.
And in this moment, you really see the power of that bond, of community. His friend Sarosa, who's just as scared and desperate as he is, simply asks, "Can I come with you?" Suddenly, this decision isn't just about one person's future anymore, it's about finding safety for both of them.
Everything happens incredibly fast. He calls Losha back, asks the big question, can there be 2 of them? Then there's this tense wait for the landlady's answer. And then he gets it. She gave permission, you can go. And just like that, they've taken the leap.
What happens next is this journey. It's more than just getting from point A to point B. They're leaving behind the constant, grinding fear of their life for the promise of something better. A whole new life, just a bus ride away.
So they hop on a classic London double-decker bus. It's such a normal, everyday thing to do. But for them, this ride is absolutely monumental. Every mile that bus travels is another mile away from Paul's threatening phone call, and another mile closer to Losha's incredible offer.
As the bus passes through Richmond, the very same place Paul warned him to stay away from, the narrator is just looking out the window in complete awe. He calls it a royal district where only English people live, and he just thinks it's cool. The difference between that world of perfect lawns and his own couldn't be more striking.
They finally get to the address and meet the landlady, Victoria. And it was all real. There was no catch. The narrator gets the hall on the ground floor, his friend Sarosa gets a small room upstairs, and they have a kitchen, a bathroom, even a little garden. These aren't just rooms. They're the foundation for a new life. A safe place to cook, to wash, to rest.
And with that, this part of the story ends with a really simple but profound sentence. A new life began. It's the end result of all that fear, a huge dose of luck, and one very courageous leap of faith. All because of 2 phone calls during one lunch break.
So this story leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. Our narrator worked incredibly hard in terrible conditions, but this huge, life-changing moment, it didn't come from that hard work. It came from a random phone call, just a stroke of pure luck. So it makes you wonder, in a life lived on the margins, what matters more? Is it the relentless effort, or is it just the simple, dumb luck of being in the right place at the right time?